How do you take your coffee?
Black.
What is your favorite pastime?
Is this like a speed round thing? I didn't know. My favorite pastime? Listen to music.
Who would you like to trade places with if you could?
For a day, I'd love to know what it'd be like to be a member of the Stones, like the most famous, or McCartney, like just so crazy famous, but still playing amazing concerts, amazing shows. But knowing that every room you walk into, every musician and person on down is gonna be like, oh my God, there's the Stones. So that would be kind of cool.
Last person you called or texted?
Zach from Pittsburgh.
One fictional character you'd love to date?
Betty Cooper from Archie Comics, man. I was in love with her. I loved her so much. She was so hot.
Who makes you laugh the most?
Close friends. Like some of my close friends are so, like comedians are great, but my friend Speewee is just off his rocker. He's hilarious. I love being around him. And my other friend Rybo. We were just back in Winnipeg this past weekend, and it was just total hilarious, nonstop laughter.
Who is the most unexpected person in your phone?
Well, for the McGregor fight, the two guys I was texting with at the same time was Paul Stanley and Undertaker, which I thought was pretty funny. Not in a group text, but like Paul Stanley, bling, Taker, bling, Paul Stanley, bling, Taker, bling. But who's the weirdest one on my phone? I had one that I thought was really strange. Kenny G, I think would be one that people wouldn't quite get. And Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky gave me his number, and I think he kind of regrets it. I don't ever barrage him with text, but once in a while I'll send him something, and I'll just get like a ha or a THX. Vince is big with that too. Vince always responds with CK, which I actually had to Google to find out that it means check. Like, hey Vince, I'm going to the show, and hopefully I'll see you there. Check, CK. So once again, my 70-year-old boss is teaching me texting street slang. So how out of touch am I?
One thing you need to have in your fridge at all times.
What do I eat in my fridge? I really like turkey burger patties. If I find those in my fridge, it makes me happy. So they're not always in there, but when they are, it's extra special fun times.
Favorite director or filmmaker?
Eli Roth. I love Eli. He's also, he makes me laugh a lot. He's a pretty funny guy. So I'll stick with him.
Last book you read?
What is the last book I read? I'm just reading one right now. I just read a book. What did I read? Of course, No is a four-letter word. How I Failed Spelling But Succeeded in Life by Chris Jericho, which you can buy right now at Jericho Book, not Jericho Books, at jerichobook.com. You can buy the last book that I read, literally.
What color is your toothbrush?
Currently, it's a pink one.
What is your secret snack?
Junk food. Almonds is my jam. I like almonds. From a junk food standpoint, I love Cheetos. I can eat a whole bag of those things. You feel like total crap, the next day, but they taste so good. They really do.
What is the last gift you gave or received?
The last gift I gave, I had a signing yesterday, and I got a really cool die-cast Chris Jericho guy, like about this big. It must be a new thing now because it said on the back that it came out in 2017. And then a pretty cool T-shirt from a paranormal podcast. So those are the two last gifts that I got. Gifts.
And what item would you die to get your hands on if it went up for auction?
I was gonna buy Paul Stanley's guitar from the 1984 Animalized tour. It's like a leopard pattern guitar. But when I saw it for sale, I asked Paul if it was real, and he said no, it was just a replica. Because I think Paul was the one who was selling it. But I would have paid him, $15,000 for that guitar. That would be cool, something like that. Like a guitar owned by, like a Hofner bass owned by Paul McCartney or something like that would be really cool to have. What was the question? If it's signed, or what was it?
Up for auction.
Up for auction. Yeah, just to have it. Yeah, something like that would be cool. I'm not really like a collector guy though. People say, "Would you collect anything?" And it's like, not really, man. I just collect rocks from the street.
Favorite animal?
Dog, probably. I like dogs. I used to like ferrets.
Right.
Yeah, I'll stick with dogs.
Last movie you saw in the theater?
That's funny. I was trying to think of that the other day. It might be Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Might be the last one I saw in the theater. The thing is, like, when you travel as much as I do, I'll just watch the movie on the plane. Like, I just watched Kong Skull Island. It was awesome. And I wanted to see it in the theater, but I don't know. You see, like, I don't know, sometimes I just don't feel like going. But There's a couple that I want to see, if that helps, which I'll probably just wait until it comes out on the plane.
What cause is dear to your heart?
The fight against diabetes. I think I have some close family members that recently were diagnosed with diabetes, so that's kind of my charity of choice, if you will. And diabetes is like, it's not the worst disease you can have. It's very difficult to have it, but there's a lot of inroads that you hear about as far as mechanical and technology and that sort of thing. So I think diabetes is actually a very fightable disease over the course of time. I mean, we're living in an era when cars almost drive themselves at this point. So why can't they create, a pancreas, a mechanical pancreas, like a pacemaker or something along those lines? So stay tuned. I think you're going to see that.
Favorite place you've performed?
Favorite place I've performed, wrestling-wise, love going to Japan. Chicago is a great city. New York's a great city. Winnipeg's a great city. Rock and roll-wise, we love playing in the UK, man. Fozzy does really good business. And I think for both wrestling and Fozzy, but more specifically Fozzy, Glasgow, Scotland is one of the most kick-ass crowds ever experienced in my life every time we play there. So that's just one. And it's like, well, how about our town? Everybody, listen, every show you do is fun, but certain ones just stand out more. Maybe it's something in the water that people are just crazy or drank more or whatever it may be. But when you see certain cities on the itinerary, you know, oh, that's going to be a great show.
What is one skill you wish you had?
Wish I could fix stuff. I'm not good at fixing stuff. Like, I'm really like, I can change a light bulb. I can check the gas in a car by reading the gas gauge. But someone says, oh yeah, I just remodeled my whole house, or I just redid my engine or something. I'm like, dude, I can't even do that. I'm really bad. So I guess I'm more creative with my mind than with my hands.
How about any hidden talents?
I can tie a cherry stem into a double knot just using my tongue. And at one point, at one time, there was a triple. But that's really hard because the stems usually aren't long enough. So that's one of my hidden talents. Maybe my only hidden talent. And I still can't build anything.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
I think my dad is a big inspiration for me. I think that, once again, talking about, let's say, the Stones and those type of people, that the template of what it is to be old is gone out the window. You know, you look at people in the 80s when they're my age, like, 46-year-old people in the 80s, they were done. They were wearing sweatsuits and giant glasses, and that was it. They were wearing their robes at 9 p.m. ready to go to bed. But then somebody like the Stones shows that you can be young forever as long as you try, and you can still rock and still, do whatever it is that you want to do. So that influence is there for me as well, and I find that very inspiring.
And last question along those same lines, Chris Jericho, in 10 years, what are you doing?
Probably more of this. I'll probably be signing these books still. But you know what? I really enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy being creatively stimulated. I enjoy having challenges. I enjoy expanding my horizons and building the Jericho brand. So I can't see a time when I'm ever going to go quit and get a job at a bank or whatever. That's my second bank reference today. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just not in my DNA. I've been on the road since I was 19. I've been entertaining people since I was 19 in various ways. And here I am, 20 some odd years later, 27 years later, doing it at the highest level that I've ever done it, with so much more to come in the future. So I will still be out there. And like I said, whether it's playing stadiums and arenas or playing an acoustic guitar in the back of the Starbucks busking, I'll be there doing it. So look for me soon at a Starbucks counter near you.